Planes are making ready for deployment. Enemy dropping into the AO.
No. Igual si muerde no tiene colmillos, güey. Las serpientes que venden le cortan los colmillos y le quitan el veneno. Chispita, le voy a llamar.
Playtime's over, mate. You're going to the Battle Royale. Alright, soldier, mark a drop point for your team. You've got gas closing in fast. Get to the safe zone. Targets are up. Get to work.
Pero que ya tenemos para caja de herramientas.
Money, money. Money.
Dale tu dinero, güey.
Oh my God.
Yo.
Fucking idiot. Fucking Christ, bro.
Yeah.
Loadout drop headed your way. Enemy UAV overhead.
I got munitions box.
Mark for gear.
Target area. You don't have long.
Shit, I gotta go eat.
Just us. Stick together. We're in the safe zone.
Contract.
We got recon online.
Clear for higher payout.
UAV entering the AO.
Enemy soldier incoming. Enemy UAV
advised, UAV is bingo fuel. RTB for resupply.
Be advised, enemy team is tracking your location.
UAV entering the AO.
You're 25 remaining. Get yourself to proper warm-up. We'll be deploying soon.
What's going on with you? All that corner, like, fuck, this little stick out there. I could have.
Enemy dropping into the AO.
Dick sucker. Dick sucker.
Alright, that's enough fucking about. Now we do this for real.
Yo, let's go.
Give me a light.
Get yourself sorted. We'll be deploying shortly.
I see the hand, the candy. Oh, yeah. I love it. Somebody to pay that boy. $50 a call. What? Yeah, summer. Huh?
Alright, that's enough fucking about. Now we do this for real. Enemy soldier incoming.
Scavenger contract located.
Yep.
Battle Royale. Alright,
Yeah,
soldier, mark a drop point for your team. You've got gas closing in fast. Get to the
Sending
safe
rally
zone.
point.
Enemy soldier incoming. Eliminate all targets in the AO.
No.
You're being tracked by an enemy team. Stay sharp.
That nigga that killed me in this bitch. They killed me.
Stupid ass niggas need to follow me, dummies.
Moving on that first big game.
18 mine set.
Enemy dropping into the AO.
Hey man, yeah, you got it. I took half of that bitch. They 56, you supposed to take half.
18 mine set.
You don't even leave.
Victory rests on your shoulders. Finish the mission.
Tapos camperito, compa.
Marking location now. Next objective.
Got a loadout.
I tell you, boy, random boy, crazy, so far, bro. I'm not sure. Alright.
Loadout drop on the way.
Make target location.
Enemy UAV overhead. Enemy UAV overhead. Only 25 remain.
God damn it!
Taking direct fire.
25 remaining.
Some joy when my least favorite Congressman Adam Schiff got spanked in broad daylight on The View, finally being forced to answer for his toxic role in promoting the totally discredited phony Trump-Russia dossier that tortured then President Trump and put the country through hell, utter hell. Watch Schiff squirm through this tough line of questioning from...
Well, this is always tough for me, Jenna, to be honest.
This house is worth 20x in your neighborhood, and your neighbor's house is better than your house. It's got a bigger yard, it's got a nicer kitchen, 20x what your house is. I think you have the right to raise your hand and be like, look, I understand it's better. But first of all, there, because I'm like a nice little house, 20 times worth better than mine. Michael Jordan's career earnings, or not career, net worth is estimated to be $2 billion. Scottie Pippen made $100 million. It's $100 million, a lot of money, Nick. It's not $2 billion. Scottie Pippen does not own a franchise, and he is not in a position to buy a franchise. The other part of this is marketing. Because I think the world at large views this massive gulf between Scottie and Michael.
Oh, I love you.
And Scotty's like, it's not a massive gulf. His house is just a little bit better than
I got off my
mine.
game. I had to do something. That's all.
And the marketing of Jordan
You took
is
them
that
pills. Okay.
Michael Jordan got good from his
Where?
varsity
Oh,
team.
so be.
Oh, anybody can do it. Then he went.
All right, go ahead, go to sleep. The fuck are you guys doing, bro? Jesus Christ.
You. Z. Damn, we can hear a song.
Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the fire. It's all up to you now. Go for the win. Enemy UAV overhead. man down. Target is up. Let's get it done.
Go get that on.
Enemy dropping into the AO. Target is down. Well done. Got gas moving in.
Tagging bounty contract. Go get it. Go get that on.
Target identified. Slot the bastard. 25 are still active in the AO. Target is down. Well done. You've got a loadout drop inbound.
Cash out.
Gas is closing. Get to the new safe zone.
Requesting recon.
UAV entering the AO.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Be advised, UAV is bingo fuel. RTB for resupply.
To North Carolina and won a championship. Scottie Pippen was a walk-on in Central Arkansas. Nobody talks about it. Oh, the flu game! The poison pizza! Scottie was like, I'm running around with a...
Gas is closing in.
We're in the safe zone.
herniated disc in my back. Nobody talks about it. Oh, he had surgery. Scottie Pippen had surgery. He missed the beginning of the season. Selfish guy. Oh, he sat on the bench, didn't take the last shot. 20 coups, he pouting. Selfish guy. Michael Jordan left for 2 years to follow a passion for baseball. He didn't quit on his team. He had a passion for baseball. But Scottie Pippen is not committed. So I think the marketing of those three things, the origin story of being cut, playing through pain, and commitment to the team, all falls in Jordan's favor. And I think if we were in Scottie Pippen's shoes, we would feel the same way.
Hello, what is your question? Will it be successful? You have to be more specific.
Yeah, I think that's all true. I also think at times, unfortunately, Scottie is his worst spokesperson. Bomani said this yesterday, and he's right. The reason the flu game's iconic is because Jordan scored 38. The reason the bad back game isn't is because Scottie scored 8. So, like, that's not the case to Bill. And while Antoine revealed, his, I don't want to say biases, but conflicts on this, and Wild revealed his, let me tell you, America, I have none whatsoever. I'm just a fair arbiter of and I have no dog in the fight about how Michael Jordan is viewed historically, none whatsoever. I just want the right story to be told. So, Scottie, if you're watching or listening, allow me to make the case. Here is the case that Scottie Pippen should be making. Fact, Michael Jordan played 5 seasons in his career without me as a teammate. He was under 500 all 5 seasons. A combined record of 182 and 228. Fact, Michael Jordan went to the playoffs 3 times without me. Was 1-9, not in series, but in playoff games, before I walked through that door. Fact, when we were going for our 3rd championship and faced the only adversity of that entire run, down 0-2 to the Knicks. Remember how Michael went out gambling the whole night before and got criticized for it? How did he do in that critical must-win Game 3 against the Knicks? Well, Michael was 3 for 18. I, Scottie Pippen, was 10 of 12 with 29 points and saved our season. Fact, the next year when Michael left us, did we fall apart? Did we crumble? No. We went from 57 wins with Michael to 55 without him, and I was 3rd in the MVP race. Fact, the next year when he came back, when we got bounced in the playoffs, what happened the one time during our run where an Eastern Conference team beat us? Well, I, Scottie Pippen, played pretty damn well. 26, 12, and 6 on better than 50% shooting. Michael, meanwhile, was 40% on 24 points and got ripped to lose the game. That was his 6th turnover. Fact, after Michael retired again, I helped lead a team to Game 7 of the conference finals. Could have won a championship if not for Shaq and Kobe's iconic comeback. That's the Scottie Pippen case, Antoine, not the one he's making. There is a case to be made that Scottie Pippen, who never missed a playoff game, who was always available, who always took on the hardest defensive assignment, who, when Michael was there, never complained about getting shots or anything like that, that only happened after Michael, who always did the dirty work and was always the not even a backup singer. He was, a fringe dancer to Michael Jordan's John Lennon, as far as in the media's eyes, was there with him. And does Scottie win 6 titles without Michael? No. But does Michael win 6 titles without Scottie? Absolutely not. That's the case to be made. So, Scottie, I'm available, and just because, Antoine, I'm such an NBA truths are so important to me, I'll do it for free, buddy. I got your back. I just want the right story to be told.
I love the fact that you really dug deep and really found some ways to make Scottie look really, really good. And I think that's what Scottie wants. Scottie wants to be put on the pedestal the same way Michael's put on the pedestal. And I'm telling you, it's the pandemic, it's the last dance, the way it was produced. And Michael was made out to be this great guy and the best player that ever played the game. It was a little question mark that you thought, a lot of people in the world thought that LeBron James was the best player in the world. And Michael made sure that people knew that he was the best player in the world. And in the process of that, Scottie Pippen got knocked down, and He's just coming out now with his memoir and telling the story. So I have no problem with it from both sides of the fence because I know both of these guys. So I'm appreciative that Scotty's telling his side of the story because I played golf with Scotty and I never hear the stories. And now that we come out of the book and hear him, it's great to see and great to hear and look forward to reading the memoir. So I'm not mad at Scotty. It's unfortunate that these two guys are, to me, and being a Chicago Bulls fan, growing up a Chicago guy, that you want these guys to be best friends, but it just didn't happen. And they was able to accomplish an amazing feat, 6 championships. And, you know, we have to respect that. I respect both sides of the equation, but Scotty wants his respect, and he also deserves it too as well.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1. We should file a claim. Just it?
Turn your ideas into achievements with 100% Shutterstock.
All right, man. All right, so just for context, he was talking about the '98 finals, in which he had a bad back, and obviously the flu game took place in '97. Go ahead, Mike.
'97. Yeah. Okay. We gotta stop this. We gotta stop this thing. We got to stop this. We got to stop this. We got to stop this.
This is my I tried to told you face right here. This is my I tried to told you position. Okay? This is me. It's me. It's Michael Holley. The day that Mac Jones was named the starter. Michael Holley, when the Bucks won, the 2-3 times you've been writing the history of the show, I feel right now. I ain't got nothing to say. Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead, bro. This is my
okay. Well, I'm good at that. I gotta use it's so bad, Mike. It's so bad that I'm gonna go to my best friend, Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant, that poet laureate, Kevin Durant, my guy, using his quote about this guy Scott, and I'm with you, Kevin. This guy has got to be stopped because he is so bitter. He is so stuck in his feelings and so stuck in the impossible. Who can be like Mike? Who can take on Gatorade and Hanes and McDonald's and Nike? Nobody. Who can take on 6 finals MVPs? Who can take on 6-0 in the NBA Finals? Who can take on the shorts and the bald head and the great smile and the dunk from the free throw line and dunk contest? You can't take it on. Like Scottie Pippen, not just trying to beat City Hall, he's trying to beat the governments of the world. Like he's trying to beat the single Avenger. Stop it, Scotty. Stop it. It's gone too far. Michael Jordan was and is great. Was and is great. Now, in your bad game, I just want to point out, you had a bad bat. You had a bad bat. Okay. You get credit for that. He scored like 7 points. Okay. I mean, dude, look, I ain't gonna dismiss your bad back, but you played like you had a bad back. Okay, like you missed the whole point. You had a bad back and you look like an old man. Like you played like 20 minutes because you had a bad back. The brilliance of the flu game is my man had the flu, but he didn't play like he had the flu. He played like he was normal, even though he had the flu. So
hey,
see the difference?
Hey, Scotty, if you're so mad, get out. Don't carry him off the court. You got to be in the iconic photo. Carry him off the court. If you had such a problem, if you thought he was joking it, let him walk his ass off the court on his own. I'm so, Michael, that's what I mean, Mike. Day by day. But that's what I come around. I'm not even gonna get upset when y'all listen to me. I'm not even gonna get upset when you argue with me. I'm gonna just wait. Eventually, you'll come around. Thank you, Michael. Because that's what I tell you. I told you Scottie Pippen is just like us in '91. Scotty just wants to be like Mike. Good to hear you see what I've been trying to tell you. I don't care. I don't think what he got. He wants to be one way, but it's the other way.
He doesn't necessarily, like some people want to be Michael Jordan. Like they want to be, like people used to accuse the late great, rest in peace, Kobe Bryant of that. He's like, hey man, Kobe is wearing his wristband just like Mike. He's talking like Mike. He's walking like and playing like him. So they accused him of that. Scottie Pippen doesn't want to be like Mike. He wants to be up in the same plane, same platform. So Michael Jordan over here and say, hey, we got two options. We got Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. He wants people to say that, and that's just not going to happen. But I'm glad you mentioned the flu game, carrying him off the floor, because that's what I thought of when I heard him say this. Like, man, Michael Jordan thinking, man, I've got my road dog, Scotty, got my ride or die, Scotty, and he's carrying me, he's helping me out. Hey, Scotty in the Olympics, that's my dude, Scotty. And Scotty was just bitter and hating the whole time behind his back. Hey, Scotty
left that. So that's the connection to the PSG story.
There it is.
Like he might not have took iron pipes or lead pipes or whatever, iron bars to his legs per se.
He's doing it now.
Yeah.
He's doing his version. Trying to tear down the leg.
I know one thing, that damn book better be a bestseller. Hell, I feel I would use to buy it. I feel I would use to buy it at this point.
Hey, thanks for watching Brother from Another on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe before you leave, and be sure to watch us 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Peacock. Appreciate you.
If you want to get into crypto, you need to check out Coinbase. Coinbase is the primary platform for buying, selling, earning, and learning about crypto. I like how user-friendly.
Today, his kingpin, his main pin, Larry Bird, probably the best player in the game. You know, Red has always said that if he had to start a team, the man he would take first is Bill Russell. But even Red Auerbach changes.
Well, it used to be Bill Russell. Now Larry Bird's pushing him pretty good. And if I had to choose between them at this point in time, that would be one of the great decisions of my life.
You mean to start a franchise?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Serious.
I mean, Russell changed the whole...
Let's talk about the NBA All-Star Game, all right? We got a little bit of a controversy, if you will. And if you checked out my trash talking on Deadspin today, you can look it up. It's on my social media as well. I trashed the idea that the NBA didn't figure it out so that Kyrie Irving shouldn't be on the All-Star ballot. And only from the standpoint that he will probably not play a game, and he will probably, I think there'll be some sort of drive or movement from the people who are Kyrie supporters, for the unvaccinated and all that. This will become, again, a political, not political, but it'll become like a movement that has nothing to do with basketball. It'll be about people who just don't want to follow the masses and try to get this vaccine behind us. They will just say, we don't want to be vaccinated, and Kyrie's standing up for us, so we're going to vote for him to be on the All-Star team, and I don't think it's right. I think the All-Star team is supposed to be about the best players through the first half of that NBA season. And if Kyrie was playing, more power to him. But I think there'll be somebody, an all-star, a guard, a point guard, positions don't really matter, who won't be on that team because people will vote for Kyrie, who hadn't played all year, to play in the All-Star game. And it will become a spectacle. And the attention of the players who play in the league, who are supposed to cherish that moment of an All-Star game, will be turned into a political pigskin, so that people can kick it around and say, look at the NBA, They wouldn't let Kyrie play. The people have spoken. They voted for Kyrie to start for the Eastern Conference. He's in the game. He hasn't played a minute all year. Is that what you want the All-Star game to be?
No, it doesn't make it. You have to play. I don't see how you can be in the All-Star. Like, it's one thing if you're debating not maybe 10 games or 15 games or enough to have played, right, to have played to qualify for the All-Star game. I don't think you should necessarily have, like, a game limit because, again, the All-Star game is for fans, right? So, like, if a guy like Giannis, for example, just happened to see him on TV, I wish him nothing but the best. But let's say, like, right now he gets hurt, and then 2 days before the All-Star game, he's cleared to play, and he can play in the All-Star game. Then the question is, does Milwaukee want him to play? But absolutely, I do. Like, as a fan of the game, I want to see him out there. But, like, you have to, like, again, we were talking about this with Aaron Rodgers. There has to be some consequences for your actions. And this is a consequence that Kyrie said, I'm good with. I don't want to play basketball if it means I have to get vaccinated. That means I don't want to play regular season basketball.
Before humanity discovered electricity, we discovered how to make great whiskey. Bushmills, the original whiskey, born 1608.
I don't want to play basketball in Brooklyn. I don't want to play basketball in Indiana or Philadelphia or Los Angeles or any of the other road places I would go play basketball in. And it's not going to be in the All-Star game either, because those are just the rules. Like, I don't understand what the question would be as to why he is on the. I don't understand why he's on the ballot in the first place.
Right. Well, because the only people, and I read the story, the only people who are barred is if you're like suspended, or you know what I mean. You have some sort of legal issue, Martin.
I mean, I get it, but this isn't exactly the 2020 midterms, Rob. This isn't exactly the 2020 midterms. Like, this is the All-Star game, and especially when you think about how being voted for some of these things impacts people's contracts and super matches and so on. Like, he can't be on it. He can't be an All-Star this year.
This is what it says, that basically all players on the rosters were put on the ballot. Both the league and team sources indicated, this is from the New York Post, that because Irving is still on the Nets official roster, sent home but not suspended, he won't be an exception. And despite not having played a second for the Nets this year, and they say the league isn't currently expected to take an unprecedented action to stave off the possibility, though this is unprecedented. You know what I mean? Like this could wind up where the NBA has egg on its face.
Well, especially too because this is the type of thing that, I mean, in general, like, when you take away the reason why Kyrie's not playing, let's just say, like, literally he was like Ben Simmons right now, and it was taking a mental health break, or whatever Ben Simmons is describing his break away from the Philadelphia 76ers. Neither one of those guys have played a minute all season, right? But the thing about Ben Simmons is his stance is not going to be one that's going to be co-opted by all types of other people. Because couldn't you see an online movement to get Kyrie elected as an all-star starter from people that have no interest in the game whatsoever?
Right. Like, this is what I'm saying. The game is going to be hijacked by people who don't care about the NBA.
It just feels like this is a great opportunity for the people who, when the Milwaukee Bucks walk off the court after Jacob Blake is shot in Wisconsin, who say, what about China? This is a great opportunity for everybody who has that what about China-ness in their soul about the NBA to be like, well, here you go. Here's some of your own medicine right back in your face.
Now,
or
let me
lack
say
of medicine
this.
in your face for you know.
And let me say this. So if Irvin does get voted on, okay, if Kyrie does get on there, people could go back to 1992 to find a similar situation. It's vaguely similar, okay? Magic Johnson was forced to retire due to HIV. Martin, that was 30 years ago Sunday. 30 years ago Sunday that he announced that he had the HIV. But got voted into the All-Star game and had 25 points, 9 assists in that game to earn the MVP honors. I covered that game, that All-Star game in Orlando in 1992. Magic, I do not look at it the same way as Kyrie Irving's situation. And currently, this is the way the league does it. Fans constitute 50% of the All-Star vote, and the other part is split by the media and the players. Let's bring in Rob G. Rob G is on that side that believes that Kyrie should be on the ballot. And do you think he should be an all-star even if he doesn't play a minute this season?
If he gets voted in, then yeah. You know, because contrary to what, you know, people in the media might think, the All-Star game is not for them. The All-Star game is for the fans. The All-Star game is supposed to be a showcase of your best talent.
I agree with that, but he hasn't played at all.
But that's not necessarily his fault, because if he played in D.C., if he played in Miami, if he played in pick your other favorite city, then he would be on the All-Star team.
No,
it's
but
not
he doesn't
his fault.
play there.
It's
He
not his,
doesn't play
I understand that, but you can't say, well, the reason why Kyrie Irving is not going to be an All-Star is because he didn't get vaccinated, but Bradley Beal, who's in the exact same situation, can be an All-Star simply because he plays in a different home city.
But it's not that he's being penalized because he didn't get vaccinated. He's not playing.
Okay, so do you want to be the person who sets the
not
precedent?
playing. That's my issue.
But that's Magic Johnson didn't play, so who cares? And that was supposedly one of the hallmark moments in All-Star history.
Magic Johnson was one of the all-time great players who was forced out of the game because of serious illness. And when people decided that he could play, there was like a feeling of like, let's give Magic this kind of thing, like
let's give him his flowers. So what you're saying is you want to bend the rules for Magic Johnson because you like him more.
No. Here's the difference. The people, this will be hijacked by non-basketball people.
Everything is hijacked by non-sports people.
Not everything.
Yes, anything that has any kind of political or social, you know, can be tied to it in any kind of way has been hijacked.
What? Give me an example.
Colin Kaepernick kneeling for the anthem and saying Black Lives Matter got hijacked by a group that had nothing to do with him. Black Lives Matter, the group, had nothing to do with what Colin Kaepernick was kneeling for.
No, but the point is, I'm talking about you have a showcase game that will turn into a...
Wine brings people together. Wine.com brings the wine to you. The world's largest wine store has the perfect bottle for every occasion. Your future memories await.
A circus and take away the attention of the sport, of the league, by a guy who hadn't played all year. I think it's very awkward. It doesn't feel right. And that's the problem I have, that somebody will be left off who played during the year. I think Magic, and Martin used the right term, he was forced out, and this was like an appreciation of Magic.
Forced out. He decided to retire.
Well, but at that time, 30 years ago, people didn't know.
Say 30 years ago, he
didn't know that much about HIV.
Nobody gonna let him play with HIV. So
yes,
okay,
and people
maybe
were dying months after the game.
Like, he might have been forced to retire, but it's kind of like the same, you know, he was either going to retire or not going to be, like, it was easy, I don't say easy, it was much better for him to retire, optically, than anything else, right? So, like, the NBA was like, all right, let's have this moment. I'm not saying one directly followed the other, but the NBA said one of our greats, one of our legends is not going to be able to play anymore. We can have this game, which overarchingly does not matter in the grand scheme of the standings or
Kyrie didn't even make the top 75
You can make that exact same argument and just do it in the context of...
No, because Kyrie's not one of the greatest players of all time. Kyrie's not one of the greatest players of all time.
One of the greatest players in our league today, one of our most marketable athletes in our league today, is eligible to play because it's in a different city that does not have the same vaccine mandate.
But this is where we all live in different places. Rob G, we live
in
LA. Our rules here were different than what they were doing in Florida and Texas. Those are the cards, those are the people, right, who legislate and protect and decide what's going to be good for the people in this area or whatever area you live in. So those are the ones you have to either live by or you move out of town or you move somewhere else.
To be fair, and also to be fair to the rest of the league, the NBA in 2020, they said that they were going to make allowances for this type of COVID stuff. Like the Toronto Raptors played a whole season in Florida because that wasn't happening in Canada with the COVID. So they made the allowances for COVID. They said 2021, that's over with. It's just the rules. It's like saying James Harden should be an all-star because he, normally he would have gotten all these foul calls and he would have made all these free throws and he would have averaged 30 points. But he's not. He's not there. He's
He's just not shooting. Like Kyrie's not there.
He's not playing. All right.
40.
10:30. Thank you. Oh shit.
I'm taking the air off.
Turn it off.
I'm gonna do some snacks. And then probably meet him at the bus stop, give it to him. He said, everybody be having snacks. Can't even speak to me no more. I'm listening to you. Me too.